I'm glad they're here. Try that dark horse. Indian Chieftain dark horse. Alrighty.
Lingers after fire.
Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and kitties. Today, I'll be riding this monster, the Indian Chieftain dark horse. Badass bike. This is a keyless entry type bike, and oh my gosh, big. Okay, all right, clip that. Sounds mean. I'm in neutral, good. This is one of the meanest, this is the meanest model from the Chieftain series. And as evident, you can see the bars are high, everything's meaty, but it doesn't jar you like crazy, like the usual Harley Davidson. Will be riding up now. Man, these handlebars I'm not used to. It feels like, well, there's an audience for this type of bike, but for me, it just I feel like a thunderlord or something. And this bike is just big. Instrumentations are very good. The way it idles, it doesn't really make you feel like oh, it sounds nice. The fueling in this bike is very smooth. The rear brakes are very direct. It's almost like instantaneous. Still in first gear. The good thing is with this bike is it has a very nice instrumentation. You got a very detailed gas gauge over there. You got your infotainment screen that Indian released yesterday, and you also have a gear indicator over here and your odometer over here. Then the usual switch gears, horn, lights, signal, turn signal, and some of the instrument panels around here. This one has a power windscreen. Very handy if you're going around the freeway and stuff. And then if you want to go crazy, if you want to blare your music, which is I'm not doing right now for the sake of argument, there's some speakers over here in the front. For a big bike, it's very maneuverable. Right now, I'm here in Las Vegas Bikefest. This was just a last-minute trip for me. I didn't even know that they will have a demo day today, and I was just surprised that this is going on right now. This bike is very comfortable, despite with its elevated handlebars. I feel like Eagle Rider right now. It has a certain delay on the throttle. If you want to blip it, it has a good amount of play before you initialize the throttle. The riding position is comfortable. Actually, despite the lifted handlebars, it is very comfortable. I'm just not used to this type of riding position. I'm more for my hands below my shoulders. I can imagine those ridiculous monkey bars with their Harleys and with their customized choppers. I can't even imagine how you ride those things. But so far so good. Oh, we're gonna go to the freeway now. The gearing in this thing is so long. I'm still using first gear. Low speed maneuvering is pretty nice. It sounds nice too. On the upper tier of the RPMs, it gets very vibey. On between 35 to the red line, and this bike revs really low. Of course, it's a big block V-twin, 111 cc V-twin, and it shows. This bike is meant to be cruising on the freeway. Right now, I have some wind buffeting that's hitting on my shoulders, but not too much on my head, which is kind of odd. And this is on the lowest part of the windshield. If I lift it like right now, I'm already doing speed limits at 60-65 miles an hour. Right now, I have more wind buffet than my helmet, so I don't feel comfortable on that. I'd rather put it on my on the lowest setting. Mid-range torque. Yep, it has that. The mirrors are very, very good. For a cruiser, it's very good. I can see a lot of stuff behind me. See, there's a Roadmaster with their LED headlights on. This interface system, you won't be able to enjoy it until you own this bike. So it takes a little of a learning curve to operate one. But for now, it's not a thorough test, so I won't be able to show you that in detail. Websites has that. Rev matching is pretty good. It's easy to rev match this bike. It doesn't give you headaches. Let me do it again. Oh man, that sounds nice. Between 3,000 to 3,500. There's some significant vibrations on the handlebars. See, it's so easy to rev match. For a hulking bike like this, should be easy right now. Initial acceleration. It really has its center of gravity really low, which is good. It's still maneuverable despite of its massive weight. This is one of the heaviest bikes I've ever ridden. I think it's not as heavy. I think it's heavier than the regular Chieftain, the Chieftain Classic or whatever you call it. See, it doesn't bother you. Very responsive rear brakes. The front brakes is kind of delayed. There's not much play, but it doesn't respond. It doesn't respond as well as what I thought to. But hey, it's a cruiser. Maybe it's a cruiser thing. And also another thing, when I rented a Indian Springfield before, sometimes if you adjust your mirror in a certain way, it will hit your gloves. As you can see, it's really close to my gloves right now. So easy to ride. It's just in my opinion, it's a little bit vibey compared to the regular Chieftain. Maybe because of this elevated bars, I'm not so sure, but that's what I'm feeling right now. It has a more significant vibrations on the handlebars, but there are also some vibrations on my feet, but it doesn't emanate through your legs. Seats are comfortable, but it digs you right through in. It digs you in, so sometimes in longer journeys, it will numb your butt. It's not as comfortable as on most bikes, but it's acceptable. Okay, ergonomics check. Full flat foot, 6'2", 200 to 220 pounds, 32-inch inseam is like I'm way laid back. As you can see right there. The floorboard kind of hits my shins a bit, but you can adjust that, so it's not a big deal. My shoes are unlaced for some reason. Sometimes I don't work with laces that good. I really like this engine, the 111 engine. See, it's so flickable for a massive bike. Polaris really did a good job on this bike, but I'm not used to this elevated handlebars, so it might not be my personal pick, but on some people they might like it. I bet they will like it. It's just not to my preference. See, my arms are feels kind of strained a bit right now. Other than that, it's a very comfortable bike. It sounds mean. Blah, 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 blah. That's a charm of cruisers. Indian, and it's for Indian, Polaris, whatever you call it, or what you call Victory. They're my favorite American-made cruisers. They're not. It's not like Harleys. They don't. You don't vibe yourself to bits. And unlike most Harleys, this bike is easy to go neutral. See, it's neutral right away. Then you could go down again. Pretty good. Look at the sound. Just the sound. This is why you get cruisers in the first place. It's just part of the experience. It's not just the badass look of it. It's also the sound. You're just cruising. Be like a Schwarzenegger or something. And just enjoy the scenery. See, the front brakes is kind of mushy until you really try to squeeze it. It has that on and off feel because it doesn't have that much modulation as I would like to. Okay. This is very good. Actually, it's not a typical cruiser. It can be a sport tourer too. It's just you just have to get used with the elevated handlebars with this dark horse model. Second to first is so easy. You can make some huge noise in this thing. You just have to be wary not to lean too much. I almost scraped a fat boy before, but I didn't feel it. But I can sense that the bike is about to slip, so I have to be very careful on this. Very careful in the puddle. No F update today. No way. Nope. This day is too precious for me. Right now, this is the first day of the Las Vegas Bikefest. And also thanks to Indian Motorcycles at Boulder City, a subsidiary of Right Now Power Sports, and also Indian Motorcycles of America for providing this awesome demo ride. Big shout out to them, as always. Low speed maneuverability is pretty good. Okay, I think we're done. Okay, neutral, cool. Shut them off. Kickstand, pretty hard to find. Alrighty. Awesome bike. There you go. The Indian Chieftain Dark Horse. Just the name alone is so cool. As she valleys through the bike in, see, look at how it sounds from the outside. Everything match. Flat white over here. The shiny bits, typical cruiser. Disc brakes, see, not many shiny parts. Just the way I like it in the bike. Antenna for the radio, and there's the 1100. 111 engine over here. Yep. Thumbs up on the Indian Chieftain Dark Horse. See you later.
five.